This is Audible. No, I'm kidding. It's not Audible. It's me, Miranda Evans, published author and author of this book, One Flesh, the Handy Dandy Celibacy Workbook. Dedication. I would like to dedicate this workbook to Victorian Publishing, the start of a new legacy. Victorian Publishing was created in January of 2020 by Miranda Evans in honor of her late grandmother, Mildred Mill Victorian Stute. Miranda's goal since the tragic loss she suffered on July 16, 2016, is to build something to continue the legacy of her grandmother, who was once her number one supporter, when she released her first memoir, Troubled, and throughout her life. The lotus flower in our logo represents purity, rebirth, enlightenment, and self-regeneration. Miranda has been editing, ghostwriting, and providing self-publishing consultations and referrals since January 2018. Victorian Publishing is her next step in growth as an author, editor, and publisher. Her love for books and literary creativity is filled with both passion and purpose. A warm welcome to you. Welcome, my friend. Yes, I said friend. Celibacy is a difficult, controversial topic, so you will need a friend during this journey. Remember to keep an open mind, heart, and leave your judgment where it was before you began listening to these words. Okay, enough small talk for now. Let's get to it. Disclaimer. Under no circumstances is the purpose of this book to pressure, force, or transform individuals into a life of celibacy. The contents of this book should be used as advice strictly from the author's personal experience. Any decisions made before, during, or after reading this book are made completely and independently by the reader. Although this book is written from a Christian perspective, a specific religion is not a requirement for the reader. Another disclaimer. I am extremely unfiltered. This workbook will be read from my blog style of writing instead of my author style. Yes, there is a difference. While my author style is well written and bookshelf ready, my blog style is sarcastic, nonchalant, sometimes inappropriate, humorous, has occasional curse words, but never offensive that I know of. If you are underage, one of those people who can't read or talk about sex as if it's not a part of a human life, or a quote unquote super Christian whose mouth drops open when someone says sex of any type and all things related, don't listen past this line. And if you do, well, listen at your own risk. So what is the purpose of this book? As some of you may or may not know, in the beginning of 2018, I started the Single, Saved, and Celibate series on my website blog, Elements of Me. In 2 years, that specific series has 5 times as many hits than any of my other blog posts. I've gotten comments and messages on social media from women and men all over the world. The day I received a message from a young woman in New Zealand, whose name I won't mention, was the day I knew it was time to expand the knowledge, experience, and decision I made 5 years ago. Oh, I cried too. Her message said, "Hey, you probably get a million messages like this. I just read a bunch of articles from your blog about single people who are celibate. And a few days ago, I made the commitment and thought I was ready. But then I broke it last night, and I just feel so disappointed, so extremely angry at myself. How did you do it? How did you go so many years being celibate and single and completely okay with it?" Okay, let's start with the breakdown of what celibacy is. By Oxford definition, celibacy is to abstain from marriage and sexual relations. By Wikipedia definition, celibacy is the state of voluntarily being unmarried, sexually abstinent, or both, usually for religious reasons. By Miranda Evans' definition, celibacy is abstaining from sexual relations until marriage, usually for religious reasons. You'll see later in this workbook that I don't always follow the rules. Celibacy is mostly practiced by priests and certain religious leaders, especially in Catholicism, which is the religion I grew up in. I can't speak for Oxford or Wikipedia, but I can speak for myself and will tell you that this workbook is according to my own celibacy journey and experience. Remember, Every person's experience will be different. Every single one. Okay, pop quiz time. Oh, did I forget to mention? There's multiple pop quizzes and let's write about it in this book. So go ahead and get your pen and paper ready, or you can decide to just answer out loud in your head or however you feel. It's up to you. But the first question is, what is the main reason people become celibate? A, they don't want to be married. B, they have religious reasons. C, they hate sex. D, someone told them to be. I'll give you some time to answer. Ha! You thought I was going to give you the answer, didn't you? Nope, sorry. There's no answer sheet at the end of this book, so I hope you pay close attention. Even though celibacy is a religious decision, you don't have to be a part of a certain religion to make it. Spirituality is broader and more understood in today's world. Everything is spiritual. I believe this to be true as well. We are focusing more on the Spirit of God rather than under what rules we will worship Him. Since I am a Christian, specifically Baptist, I will speak from that perspective. Some may not agree with me. Some may say I'm wrong. They have that right. But I won't argue, so go away with your negativity in negotiations. As the cliche saying goes, opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. On the great day of February 8th, 2015, I made the crucial, complicated, and sometimes painful decision of becoming a celibate woman. Yes, me. The same Miranda Evans who had more sex as a teenager than some adults in a lifetime. Read my first book, Trouble, to understand that insider. It wasn't a big ceremony or anything, just me, my Sunday school teacher, and another young woman as the witness. I'd purchased a ring a few weeks earlier. That Sunday, we prayed, signed my vow of celibacy, and placed the ring on my finger. When I told my loved ones, they had all the jokes. You of all people? Ha! This must be a joke. Even my 80-year-old grandmother, Mill, asked me, well, what did you go and do that for? It isn't a common decision people make. I've tried to find books that cater to celibate and single people. I got nothing. All I've read is I was celibate, but now I'm happily married. Books such as The Wait and No Ring, No Ting. While I love these books, it's not helpful to someone who is currently going through the celibate struggle. So in the words of the great Toni Morrison, if there's a book you want to read, but it hasn't been written yet, then you must write it. Hey, y'all. Hey. Thank you for listening to the preview of my One Flesh audiobook. And I would like to invite you, ask you, please, I'm begging you. No, I'm just kidding. If you would like to listen to the full version of One Flesh, the visual audiobook, which is about an hour and 10 minutes, then you can visit my website, victorianpublishing.com, to receive the link to the full audiobook. In the audiobook, I talk about celibacy, spirituality. I talk about sex, okay, because y'all know I'm unfiltered, and the book is read in my unfiltered voice. Okay, so it's some sarcasm in there. Y'all know me. But I talk about masturbation. I talk about oral sex. I talk about engagement. I talk about couple celibacy. And I give encouragement because that's what I do. So make sure you go ahead and cop that. And I also have the paperback versions of this book. The paperback version was released in 2020. And I will give a short testimony. The book was set to publish in 2020, in April of 2020. And in March of 2020, I was sexually assaulted for the third time in my life. And I felt as if the devil was trying to stop me from releasing this book and publishing this book. But let me tell you how God worked. The devil thought he had me, but God said, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey, because what my child gonna do is publish this book. Okay, she gonna publish this book, Because the Lord said, do not touch my anointed, baby. Let me tell you, sexual abuse and all. This book came out in April of 2020. And we are here in 2023 with the visual audiobook version done 100% by me. No Amazon needed. Just me. Miranda Evans. That's all you need. So, again, go ahead and cop that full version so you can listen to the whole book and enjoy it at victorianpublishing.com. The link will be in the description. I love y'all, and I will see y'all later. Bye.